This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about our receivers. They got personal goals. We're going to talk about it and will it hurt the team? Also, Zach Baun, he's really taking on that leadership role. I love it. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and talk about Blankenship bold statement. We're not going to be missing anything. Well, let's get straight into it. All right, man. Yeah, we're going to get straight into the topics. But I want to mention DeVonta Smith since we're going to talk about him. I feel like in my training camp video, I didn't show him enough love. DeVonta Smith had a great day too. He had an awesome day too. But you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, I usually try not to talk about the stars. Maybe I talk about Jalen Hurts here and there because the quarterback is important. But I don't really talk about A.J. Brown. I don't really talk about DeVonta Smith or Dallas Goedert or anything like that. Because we know they solidified. We know what they can do. So I try to look at the wide receiver 4s, wide receiver 5s. But I feel like DeVonta Smith had one of those like, yo, I am a number one type day 2 training camps, finding the soft spots in the zone, beating almost every corner. Like he just had one of those like, wow, yes, DeVonta Smith is really good. But speaking of DeVonta Smith, he spoke with the media the other day and he said, like, you know, the team is important, but he got personal goals. He want to be an all-pro. Hell, he want to be a Pro Bowler. But let me play this clip.
That you're supposed to have. Yeah, I feel like he is. I feel like when it comes down to it, if I had to pick a receiver to go out there and win one-on-one besides myself, I'm going to pick AJ.
What do you want for yourself now that you've won a championship? What's next?
Continue to grow, man. Playing this game, you have accolades and things like that you want to chase and things like that. But it doesn't happen overnight. So right now, just, working on myself, coming out here, improving my game, and when the season comes, everything's going to take care of itself.
So you're thinking like an all-pro kind of thing. Those sorts of things you're thinking about.
Yeah, for sure. That's part of it, man. I haven't had no all-pro, no Pro Bowl or nothing like that. So that I feel like that's something that I have to accomplish. That's part of me playing this game. Part of it is to win, but everyone has personal goals, and for me, that's my personal goals, to go out there and get my.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I like what DeVonta Smith is saying. Like, look, yeah, we winning, and that's good. But at the same time, I just got these personal goals. But let me play another clip by Dallas Goedert, who also have a personal goal. And I played this in my last or a couple videos ago, just in case you guys didn't see it. Let me play this clip.
Saying yourself, you guys are incredible in the pass game. Do you think there'll be a little bit more of a balance this year? You guys kind of sacrificed last year. Do you think you guys will eat a little more this year?
Yeah. I think all three of us hope so a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's important that we have three pretty unselfish guys that, one thing we always talk about is make the most of your opportunities because you don't know when the next one's going to come. But at the same time, all three of us love to win, and we'll do whatever it takes.
So that's Dallas Goedert. Like, yeah, we unselfish, but, we want the ball a little more. And then A.J. Brown, just in case you guys forgot, he made this statement a couple days ago.
Be the best version of myself. I truly feel like I'm the best in the league, and I want to put a stamp on it. So I'm definitely motivated, but also I have to put the team first. So and that's what I honestly, I can go into deeper, but I think that's what I focus on. Being the best version of myself, and proving each and every day that I'm the best.
So look, our receivers got personal goals. We can't get mad at the receivers having personal goals and happy when Saquon Barkley has a personal goal. So I don't know how the Eagles are going to handle this because it is only one football. But at the same time, man, they got to get their touches. They have to. And to be fair to them, Eagles Eric, he had put out, shout out to him on Twitter, A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert all together, the trio, was on the field 18% of the time, like all together last season. So there's an opportunity for the passing game to be a lot better than last year. And, let DeVonta Smith, achieve his goal. He been taking a back seat for so long. Man. And I think we could still hit these goals without, compromising like Saquon Barkley or just the team in general. I think these goals can be met in the passing game. I want A.J. Brown to prove he's the best receiver. I want DeVonta Smith to prove, like, I am an all-pro. I am a Pro Bowler. And Dallas Goedert to show I am a top 5 tight end. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. This is a business. And if the Eagles organization feel like they could get other receivers to replace their production for cheaper, they will do it. That's the harsh reality. Us fans, we have to understand. Yes, we want championships. We do. But at the same time, I try to understand the players, because if they don't get these personal goals, they can easily be replaced. So it's understandable. Like, from my ears, when I hear a DeVonta Smith saying he want to be an all-pro Pro Bowler, A.J. Brown want to be one of the best or the best and stamping it, and Dallas Goedert wanting the ball more. Yes, Saquon had a phenomenal year, got a pay raise, but at the same time, you can't forget about the other guys. Now, that's really up to Kevin Patullo and them guys themselves. Like, they got to stay healthy. Easier said than done when your body's taking a beating week after week, then you got practice. We got to try to do something, man, to make these guys happy. Yes, they happy with their rings. We seen it. But at the same time, A.J. Brown don't want to be just at number 5. DeVonta Smith tired of being out of the top 10. He's tired of being unranked. He's tired of being honorable mention. Dallas Goedert is tired of being in the bottom top 10. He want to raise his ranking, which is very possible. It's very possible. Again, can Kevin Patullo do it? Can the health stay right? And will Jalen Hurts feed these guys? We will see. But I'm not mad at the personal goals at all. At all, man. But let's get into the next topic. Reed Blankenship. Reed Blankenship was asked about, losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the swagger on his team. Will it be missed? But this is what Reed Blankenship had to say.
The edge that CJ brought, you guys are going to have to replace. In what ways are you noticing edginess on the defense so far?
I mean, we know what we got to do. CD was a great player for us. I know he's doing great over there in Houston, and we're going to take that. We're not going to lose that swag. Shout out to him for bringing it to us, and we know what we got to do. Like I said, we got the guys in the building to do that, and we're going to have a lot of guys step up and be that guy. So.
Very bold statement, because we know what happened the first time C.J. Gardner-Johnson left. It's no swagger, no life, no soul on that defensive side of the ball. But you seen it come back to life once he came back. But you got to add Vic Fangio in there, his system, and, the emergence of Jalen Carter, Zach Baun. So it wasn't just a C.J. Gardner-Johnson thing that made us better, but you felt that the energy was felt. You could have a bunch of names, but if there's no energy, no team chemistry, it wouldn't work. But C.J. Gardner-Johnson always brought that the 2 times he was here. But Reed said, like, yo, we here, we got it. Reed is ready to take that role of being that leader, of being that guy. Zach Baun, we're going to talk about him, is ready to take that role. Is Jalen Carter ready to take that role? We will see. Nakobe Dean is hurt, so I can't really say him right now, but Nakobe Dean, he's no longer a rookie, so he can, be the hype guy to get this defense going. So I like that statement by Reed Blankenship. And I like that the reporter asked that, because, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's not the boogeyman of Philadelphia. You can ask about losing him. He's like, look, great teammate. They won together, but we still here. We got this. So I'm gonna watch that defense, man. We got some names there, but will that energy be missed? We got to wait and see. Will the energy still be there? We got to wait and see. Because one thing that did not change, and the big difference is, yes, C.J. Gardner-Johnson left, 2023. But also that defensive staff left as well. Whereas those different. C.J. Gardner-Johnson left, but Fangio's still there. Bobby King and Christian Parker and those guys, Joe Casper and those guys are still there. So it shouldn't be like a catastrophic fall like it was in 2023. We'll see. We'll definitely see. I like how Reed Blankenship is talking for sure. But last topic, again, Zach Baun showing that leadership, being that guy. Because he was asked about like coaching up Jahad Campbell, and he said basically to Andrew DeSecco, "Oh, I'm ready to be that leader. I'm going to teach him everything I know. I'm not going to gatekeep like some of these vets, because vets are gatekeep because they don't want to lose their spot." Zach Baun been in, the special teams type role and learning from other guys, never been that superstar, but now he's that guy. Like, I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to let him thrive. I'm going to teach him the game, and that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope because if Jahad Campbell don't start this year for whatever reason, I know a lot of you guys been coming at me about that. If he don't start, you can see him taking Zach Baun's spot in another 2 years or so. But that would be a smooth transition. Front office could look at Zach Baun like, yo, we got Jahad Campbell on this rookie deal. Say Trotter Jr. balling out of his mind. We got Trotter Jr. Why not just take Baun out the equation, pay this guy what we paying him, and just have him and Trotter Jr. do their thing? Why not get rid of like a Nakobe Dean and Zach Baun? Zach Baun could look at it from that way, but he looking at it from the other way. Like, look, I'm gonna just teach him everything I know, which is good. That could go a long way in the league, a long way. Like, you're a great leader. It could keep you in the league for a long time, because some of these guys that's out the league, like let's use like a Antonio Brown, right? The problem with him is he was a problem child. Like Antonio Brown probably could have been playing to this day if he had like those leadership qualities, didn't lash out, or wasn't like a hole in the locker room. Where so now a guy like Zach Baun creeping up in age, people look at him like, you know what? He's still a starter, and he could teach our young guys. So the leadership thing can keep you in the league for a very long time. Very long time. So shout out to Zach Baun. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? There was no open practice, so I wanted to talk about some things that have been out there in the media. These receivers got personal goals. Also, Zach Baun, leadership, and Reed Blankenship, bold statement. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.